We're hot. I didn't know Ken was on, so um, oh well. All right. Anyway, let's put this together. I'm missing, as of right now, I think I'm missing one thing. I won't be able to quite get this fully done. We're missing one thing, and that's just the kill wire from here to there. So, not worried about it. We'll get it. We'll get to it. They're already ordered. James is here. Hey, Bob. Gonna bring this up on my phone, and then we'll. Is Ken still live? I didn't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't intend to do that. Um, we're live, so might as well. I'm gonna open you up here that way I can see comments easier. Hey, Larry. How you feeling? Hey, Norm. So everybody's favorite. We got a 288 here. And it's Bob's. So we're going to put that on there, which is pretty easy. I just wasn't feeling it the other night. You know, kind of happens. Pretty easy if these AV mounts are fully seated, which apparently they're not, because that looks like it's not close. I might do. Let's pull these off. Work too much? Yeah. Well, I hope you feel better. I'm just pulling the AV mounts off here. I just want to grease them up and then we'll put them back in. Make sure they're fully seated. Not supposed to be doing anything. So Larry, now that you're home and you are doing stuff, any ETA on the Bose parts, buddy? You can be stubborn. You're not going to get well faster, you know. Yeah. Well, I'm greasing the threads just to make it a little easier to get them to go all the way home. It's plastic, so it shouldn't need grease, but you can take notes all you want. And I'm just using this. This is not the right tool. There is actually a special tool that goes in and grabs the AV mount by the base, which I don't have. So. No, I don't necessarily need the carbs, Larry. Just, you know, you if you need it, you know, you need it. I'm just trying to keep track of stuff and get rid of stuff. I'm having a hell of a time keeping track of stuff and getting rid of things. So I'm just screwing this in with an adjustable. That feels better. Again, this is not the correct. That's not the correct tool for this, but it does work. Now, you'll also find out pretty quick if your AV mounts are no good. Oh, so the original 288 did not, from the factory, come with AV mounts up front here. Because it had the big one, it did not necessarily need these AV mounts. Thing with rubber. There we go. Gas line up and through. And theoretically, this should be easier than doing the 372. Not always the case, but... and make sure all your AV mounts kind of sit in there just right. Spring ones do a little better. Tank's on. Now I think the spring AV mounts take the longer screws, and the others take the shorter ones. So let me get my bag of screws here. Of course, I would have put them in some funky spot. So, from that pile of screws the other day, I got this whole bag full. Yeah, Larry, just to give you a for instance on how off everything is, that other money order I cashed today. Mostly because my local post office doesn't usually do cash. Well, guess what? Today, the internet was down at the post office. So thank God I had that thing there. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to ship out Bobby's 394. Oh, I forgot one thing here. Very important. You guys are supposed to remind me. Chain catcher, man. Chain catcher. So, Bob, one of the things about the 288s, you can change out the spring AV for the rubber and the rubber for the spring. It depends on the feel that you like. So some people like all spring, some people like all rubber, whatever. Larry, I think everything's messed up everywhere. Now, on the spring ones, I think I can put the longer type screws. On the rubber ones, I got to put the shorter type screws. So yeah, Bob, you can do kind of whatever you want here as far as AV mounts. If you want to take this apart and change out the AV mounts because you like a different feel, I mean, heck, if you want spring up front, you can put the spring ones up front and the rubber down low, whatever. There he is. How are you doing? For some reason, it has an extra chubby head. That's okay. Actually, I'm missing two things. I'm missing the red line here, and I'm missing this piece. There's a plastic insert that goes in there, so I can't put the starter cover on yet. Sometimes you gotta line it up. Yeah, I think just today the internet went down for ours, and they were pretty frustrated down there. But luckily, I was able to. I cashed that thing. They had the cash, amazingly, and that all worked out. So Bobby's 394 got off this afternoon. Thinking, like, should I put this in kind of last? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with you putting it in now. Pop in this brand new OEM switch. Well, they were able to cash the money order and ship the stuff out, but apparently their system just wouldn't let them process credit cards. So, brand new OEM boot here. This is definitely one of those little things that is part of these projects adding up like crazy. And these boots are almost always shot, and they're like $10 a piece. You never want to sit just exactly right either. See, I also don't know why they made this boot right up against the dang switch here. This is just stupid. But you have to bend it up, that's all. Alright. So tight, tight, tight. I gotta find a screw for this. Not that big of a deal. How many shorties here? Short flange M5, just to hold the air horn on here. Had an interesting experience 272 hybrid. The saw would get hot and die. All of a sudden, it's going to air release. Open the tank, clean the vent. You worried about that? Is this worrying you, Norm? I get never-ending crap about my workbench. Actually, honest, I was cleaning today. I was cleaning, but I didn't get near as far as I had hoped. I want to work over on this other bench. Can you remove the vent? Had an interesting experience, a hybrid that I built. The saw would get hot and die. Significant air release opening the tank. Maggie, you watching Kent and Maddie's? Oh wow, okay. Yeah, it's probably not the vent. Well, let's put it like this: if it's the vent, then what you do is you open the gas cap. Like after 10 minutes of running, the saw will die. Open the gas cap, put it back. If it immediately starts up and it's good to go, then it's the vent. But if that's not the case, then it's something else. So OEM switch. And what else did I do here? What did I miss? OEM boot. Yeah, I would definitely check the piston and make sure the piston's good still. One of the poor man's ways to check for air leaks is to hit right here with some brake cleaner. Go all the way around and hit it with brake cleaner and see if you can spray brake cleaner on like the base of the cylinder head and you can kill the saw. There's an air leak. Let's do the muffler next. So, of course, I gotta find it. I think I'm just gonna leave it. It's got a nice patina to it. Kind of funkied up, but you know what? Nice big opening. That's gonna sound good. Man, that's gonna sound really good. Only find the gasket. Now I need muffler bolts and an adapter here. Adapter. Did it work? I know. Oh, you haven't do. Oh, you didn't do it. New bearings and gas. Oh, you didn't do it. Okay, yeah. You got to do that. have much choice there. Yeah, that'll work. Clean it off a little bit. The thread's cleaned off. Yeah, there was somebody else saying the same, like, similar situation on, I think it was on Facebook. Oh, that's not going to work. Kind of wallered out. Junk. Junk. Good thing I've got more. Hang on, let me see how you do that. Still not exactly. All right, Bob, I'll give you the choice. You want the rusty OEM one or the aftermarket that's fresh and new? You care? This is one of those parts that I don't think it matters a hoot, but I will do what the customer wants. You know what I mean? Take the one I care less for. I'll give you the OEM then. I'll let you polish it up if you want. How's that? These are the old school bolts too. The 8mm head. Ed showed up. Hey, Ed. Didn't really. I went. I didn't know Ken was live, so. Just putting a muffler here on a 288. This is the saw that is kind of the object of many man's desires. And if I put it on right side up, we'd be all set. But I didn't. Heh. I'm rating you. Okay. Why is it not fitting? Well, that's why. Sometimes you got to put the shield on first here, too. Because it sits behind a flange on the flywheel side. Now, just to make sure, before I seat this, got this beautiful new clutch cover. I want to make sure it friggin' fits. With the muffler, yeah, it's not touching. Oh yeah, that's going to be great. Yeah, Ed, I did a little TIG welding here the other day, and I'm not a welder, but I had a lot of fun. So that was pretty cool. Just to complete the package here, another 8mm head. Not impacting them home, that's not the idea. And this is a case bolt. In fact, both of them are. So something to be cognizant of. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. You know, I've got black heat paint, but you know what? This has like that look to it that it looks good. I'd leave it. It's got that I've been through a war, but I've also been refreshed look, you know? Believe me, Bob can certainly put some paint on there if he wants it. Yeah, the TIG welding was really interesting. I had never done it either, and I did it for the first time the other day. And I've done a bit of MIG welding. So, actually, Ed, I'll show you the other muffler that I did. So I've got these stamped. I forget what if the 16 gauge. I mean, this is really thin stuff. 20 gauge. It's probably 20 gauge steel. It's just stamped steel, and you cut it with a tin snips to shape it, and then you have to kind of fill in. So, I know my close-ups of my welds is probably not the best of ideas on the channel, but oh, hang on. Hey, live on YouTube. Bye. Okay, so yeah, this is much cleaner than the MIG was. it just kind of smoothed it out nicely. And it was hard because it kept punching through, and I actually tried to keep dialing it back, dialing it back, dialing it back to. But I mean, this is going to be great. Nice big opening there. This will breathe nicely for a 359 actually. So Bob, this is yours. Going in your box. Hey Steve. All right. Right. So let's make sure all the bolts are just what these two are good. I know that. We'll do the others by hand here. On freshly built chainsaws, you have to do bolt checks. You don't have any choice. Really, you should be doing them on factory built chainsaws too, you know. Get it hot, check it. Yeah, TIG welding is an art for sure. You got to have all the settings right. Also, I was TIG welding outside. We get the wind and whatnot. You know, I don't know if I was using the right gas, blah, blah, blah. So, flow rates, etc. The tip gets goobered and then... Okay. So, I did a muffler mod. The gas, this was Bob's. The muffler was not Bob's. Alright, so I gotta figure out that. The tungsten keeps sticking with, yeah. I can't say I have a solution for that either. But I started to take the tungsten out and just shape it better more often, you know. I know, practice, practice, right? Right, I gotta... Iron boot. Muffler. What a welder who does make TIG stick. Best $1,200 spent Lincoln welders. This is a cheap Chinese only DC only TIG welder, and it worked great from the get go. I was really happy with it. The first weld that I did. So the rest is me. Now the difference is going to be I don't have AC. So on the TIG, so I'm not gonna have the pulses or whatever be able to mess with that. Exhaust is on. What else did I need to do? I wanted to take off the clutch. Because I have Bob's OEM piece here. I'm going to use this one. Good. Make sure. just trying to keep. I'm trying to keep track of all the parts that stuck on here. You know, and some are bobs and some are not. Now that that's good, let's do. That'll work. I've got another one here too. Oh well. Bob's pile. So here is. Uh-oh. That's for $394 and apparently does not fit $288. Would that fit? Actually would. Would fit. But somebody trying to mess me up here. We got that problem, but also this is upside down. The pawl is upside down. So now I need to get a E-clip to fix that and set the pawl straight. I can be here for 2 years adjusting this. So the pawl needs to be that way. My guess is somebody had a small mount bar that they were trying to put on this thing. Don't do that. Hey, Nikki. Anybody else here that needs a shout out? And these are E-clips. Yeah, we knew that James was going to be like, hey, I'd like a shout out. Hey, hey. Just need to modify that darn thing a little bit, which means I need my Dremel. Did I get the tiller straightened out? Yes, I did. How's the sorting going? I am pretty much done with the sorting, actually. Right now I'm in the phase of trying to clean up and organize so I can actually use this bench again. Which I don't think is that far off. I really did pretty good, but yeah, just so Bob, I'll tell you, the MIG welder is or the TIG welder rather is awesome. It really, I'm super happy. for the money, it's super hard to beat, I think. Yeah, it's real easy to spend money on tools. No question about that. Alright, so I like to put an E-clip on this. The reason is because these things do much better for retention than the stupid rubber pieces or O-rings that go on there. But getting these things on and not shooting them across the room can be a bit of a trick. There that go. Perfect. Now your tensioner's on. Did I lose the bar plate? Probably. Nope, it's right here. Now the bar plate sits fine. You don't necessarily need the bar plate, but you could. Once I figure the takeout you never use MIG. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Mud daubers. Okay. Let's put that nice new clutch cover on here. Just to start completing the ensemble. Other thing I'm going to need to do. Sometimes you just gotta run a die down here and just make sure it's good, you know? These are M8 by 1.25. TIG uses a tungsten filament, and MIG uses a it's a metal filament that extends itself. It keeps extending itself. So the metal filament acts as filler in MIG. In TIG, you have to actually have filler rod if you want to add material. I tried hitting the magnesium case the other day, just the hell of it. It just burned. no idea where I put the bar nuts. Alright, well that's not working. Just ran the dang thing over it. What the heck? Here I'm hoping I got some new bar nuts sitting around. Take care, Larry. Yeah, that fits good. There's one. Alright, I'll get that figured later. Looks nice though, huh? Look at that. Coil next. Just to get that there. Now, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a washer on here. So I'm going to get a washer and put it on there. Enjoy your evening, Larry. You have a good one. Is it going to pop? Not tonight, because I don't have the lines, the kill lines. It will definitely, most definitely pop, but not tonight. M4 washer. Yeah, see, Ed, I fully understand that what I fiddle around with here is just fiddling around. A lot of you guys are pretty serious about what you do. So, you get a lot of tools and whatnot, and, you know, my hat's off to you. I'm just tinkering, you know. Here's what I'm doing. We need a rubber bushing here and a choke lever. The rubber bushings too, I know that. So the choke levers on 288s go down. The choke levers on 394s go up. The choke levers on 394s are the desirable ones, just so you know. They are no longer made. Oh, I also saw a rubber piece that we need. Stupid little things that will ultimately bugger up a build because you don't have it. The rubber piece goes up top there. For some dumb reason, I don't seem to have. Okay. 46 days. Yeah, I think I purchased stuff now nearly 2 months. It's going on 2 days. It'll make it 2 months. Yes, I thank you, Ed. I do appreciate it. Appreciate the thumbs up. All right. Gotta find that stinking rubber piece. Ah, it's right here. And here's the screw. I put stuff in important stuff in important places. And then completely forget about where I put them. None of you guys have that problem, I know. I'm going to put this in a special place. I know that I'll forget it. So this is just a screw that holds down. It basically is the grounding screw for the for the switch. And this is a rubber bushing. It's a case bushing guard, if you will. And the choke slides in through here. Good. I put the choke in kind of sideways. And bring it over and click her on it. When she goes. Let me give a friendly tap here. Nope. There. Choke lever's in. Now this choke does not have a well, you set the high idle by doing this, not by the choke. So just by turning off the choke doesn't mean that high idle is goes away. I'll bet Ed has that quantity of parts. What else do we need to do? Lines, just kill wires, basically. Simple. Shroud and get the starter on, and we're good. But I don't have the wires, and I don't have this one last plastic piece that goes in here and covers the idle, the low and the high screw. Yeah, trigger releases a high idle like that. There you go, and that works fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set brand new carburetor. So, the idle here, the idle screw here, is for some dumb reason attached to the crankcase instead of part of the carburetor. Wow. Okay. Moves. A little bit of lube of some kind here. Shouldn't be quite that hard to turn. These idle screws, if you bugger one, they are not cheap. Just needs to go a hair further in just to open the idle a crack. There we go. Okay. Drain the swap, split my first case. Johnson's 90. Okay. Can you get the parts for that thing? Hey. Cool, but can you get parts? So that's as far as I think we're going to take this tonight. I mean, if I get the starter on, we should be able to get this to pop without too much trouble at all. You have one other thing to kind of work on a little bit, which is that 346, also for Bob. I'll leave the fuel line long for now. Start putting stuff away too. My bench gets too crowded. Push this fuel line on, that's all. Can trim the line later, no big deal. 300 saws. You have 300 saws and that was your first crankcase to split? You could have picked something easier. Just saying. Or something that's easier to get parts for would be more along the line of my thinking. Macalec. Oh, McCulloch. Yeah, McCulloch 110. Okay. See, I'm not a yellow saw guy, you know. I try to stick to stuff that really has good parts availability, and you know, we can get a lot of work out of things that have good parts availability. So there really isn't, for me, there's not a whole lot of sense in doing it. Some people like to do the older stuff. That's fine, but really not my thing. Now this stupid thing. Two things. I need a tank vent puck here, and I need a new presence lever, which I have both of. Okay. Oh, they're here somewhere. Not there, not there. Over here. I actually happen to have an operator presence lever out in the shed. Couldn't believe it. And a puck. These just get pressed in. And what I do, take the soldering iron and just kind of melt it in just a little bit while that's heating up. These just click in. Pretty simple. So this clicks forward, click, and then these two little tabs, it just pops in. Ta-da! And these tend to get loose and strip out. There. I don't know why. Now I've got my soldering iron, trusty Weller, old Weller. What I just do is I basically make 3 tabs here. Just roll it over a little bit. To help hold the puck in. Helps hold the puck in, that's all. And this was actually a good fuel line, oddly enough. So now I don't need to mess with that. Now I need to get that crankcase together. But I'm waiting on a crankcase half from Agrarian. So if anybody needs parts, Barry's Chainsaw Shop, New Hampshire. Shout out to Barry. So Barry and Brian are 2 guys that I get part. Barry is Agrarian on the forum, and Brian is B Plust, BPLUST, also on OPE forum, and they are parts guys. So between the 2 of them, usually I'm good. Questions, comments, anything else, guys? I'm almost there on the crank tools. I've got the tools. I've got tons of rods right now. just to show you guys rods. If you want to see rods, holy smokes, rods. Rods. Boxes full of rods. Rods. More rods. More rods. Rods. So we got lots of rods. But I'm waiting on sleeves. I got aluminum sleeves hopefully this week. So I just got an order today for a main kit. I have essentially 2 pre-orders right now that I need to ship out. The rest of everything has gotten shipped. So yeah, it was pricey, but we're doing it. Well, these get done in like batches of 10, so like 660 rods, I had them do 10 at a time, so I'm not doing thousands. And even something like this, even at thousands, it's not really that much of a price break. I wish it was, but it's not. So, anywho, questions, comments, anything else? And then I think I'm gonna take off and relax this evening. Yes, we add 10% for Mega, for sure. Special price. See if a 394 head fits. I don't know. You can fit it on with all kinds of stuff. All right, I gotta run. I'm gonna say everybody have a great night. Don't forget to chill out a little bit. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Okay. Have a great night, guys. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.